Hi class. Okay, in an effort to give you a better understanding of what the expectations are for your product profile, I decided to create a quick video for you. I'll show you a few examples. I'll help you understand what works and what doesn't work. Now, to get started, make sure that you are focusing on a very narrow product category. So it can't be spices, barbecue sauces, and condiments, for example. It needs to be very narrow, this particular report focuses just on spices. Okay? So you'll want your cover page, and be sure to include the date and the class and your name and the title, etc. Now this too should be well designed. This report will go into your portfolio as an accompaniment to your final project. So it should be indicative of your creative design, style, ability to create a layout, etc. The focus of these reports should be on packaging, not the product, but the packaging. As a matter of fact, this student submitted a version of this report where she showed gorgeous mounds of bulk spices. I explained to her that the focus of this report is on packaging, and she replaced those images with packaged spices. So keep that in mind. This report should not focus on you or your upcoming project. It should be a generic, impersonal report about the packaging of your given product category. So you should avoid all I statements, I saw, I went to, I plan to, etc. And you should avoid mentioning your upcoming project. So your environment, of course, would focus on the environment where this product would be sold. So we're looking for the retail environment, and remember, this is a comparative study. So you'll need more than one image. You should have facts and feedback for every section except for the overview. Your facts should be just that, the facts about the environment. What's typically shelved at eye level, above eye level, below eye level, etc. The feedback is basically the effectiveness of the facts, the effectiveness of how these are shelved, for example, and maybe opportunities for an upcoming project. This student used a color chart to indicate the colors that are typically used to package spices. So these are the colors typically used in the graphics. If you're going to use a color chart, make sure it's functional. My suggestion would be that you circle the colors typically used in the packaging of this particular product category, and circle the color opportunities, the colors that are typically not used for this particular product category, so that any graphic designer could pick this report up and get an understanding of how to move forward with the packaging of a new product. So here again, we're looking for the facts, what colors are typically used, how this particular product category is packaged, if it's effective, and what color opportunities might be available. Structure, make sure you include a variety of different types of structure, okay, for your product category. Graphics, here you should discuss the fundamentals of design. In other words, visual division of space, borders, banners, frames that are used, balance, consistency, etc. Okay? Illustration and imagery, is different than graphics. Here, we're talking about images, photographs, illustrations, etc., that are used in the packaging of this particular product category. Again, facts are just that, the facts. What's typically used? Feedback? Is it effective? And what opportunities might be available? Here, for typography, you will want to be sure to discuss typography in professional terms, discussing serif, sans serif, decorative fonts, script fonts, the treatment of the typography, even leading and tracking, etc. Hierarchy. Make sure you have both facts and feedback. Make sure that you avoid widows, orphans. That would be one word on a line all by itself. And I suggest you turn all the hyphenations off. You shouldn't have any hyphenated words. Notice that her report is very clean, easy to read. The images are high resolution. All of her images support the section where they're presented, the points she's trying to make. Here, for example, is a different product profile. The problem with this product profile is that there's no cover page. This might be the overview, I'm not sure, because there are no header words to identify each section. There's no facts, no feedback. This is probably the environment section, but we don't know. This might be the structure section, but again, we don't know. And notice how the font changed. This font is different than this font. Consistency is very important with regards to your layout. The same font size should be used throughout. The same font, the same type styles, etc. So this is probably the color section, but there are no high resolution labels to support these color charts. And the color charts absolutely have to be functional and accompanied by imagery. I'll just scoot through this one really quickly. This product profile is on acrylic paint. Very clean, very easy to read. Let's see, maybe it's not big enough. Okay. There you go. Now you can see the entire report. Facts, feedback. Same approach throughout. If you start with flush left, continue with flush left. If you have an indentation that you've started your report with, make sure that it's consistent throughout. Here we're missing an indentation. Make sure your point sizes, your leading, everything is consistent throughout. Make sure your imagery is clean and high resolution. Consider yourself the reader and be sure to proofread and spell check to make sure that the report is functional. Here we have a widow. So hopefully this is helpful for you just to get an idea of what's been done in the past, what the expectations are with regards to this report. This student used observation instead of facts and feedback. So my suggestion here would be to make these bold or maybe even brown, the same color as the header word. But the report is very clean. The color palette supports nuts. Here she has a I statement, I observed, and this is one area that you want to avoid. Because again, you want to avoid all personalization of this report. Otherwise, it's really well written. She might want to go through and spell check. She probably could include a unique product features section where she discusses how the designer, the graphic designer, incorporates that information into the graphics. Something to the effect of here's the unique product features for the spices. So zesty, organic, spicy, ground, whole, etc. That would be your unique product features. And what we're interested in is how does the graphic designer incorporate that into the graphics? So hopefully this is helpful for you, and I'm looking forward to reading your reports and seeing your progress. Thank you.